turn to page 15, the comparison of correction officer salary and longevity over 25 years of service.
15?
Page 15.
Okay.
FY 2011.
Yes.
Isn't it true that in Illinois they have in in-laws, what's good for the goose is good for the gander? So when experts testify on behalf of the UTU, they use the ratio as a basis for justifying their wages. Likewise, when the BLE testifies, they use the ratio as a basis to justify their position. Because the ratio works both ways. Why have you ever used the same ratio in order to justify a trooper wage?
Well, I don't believe it does work both ways, so I don't do it.
So the ratio does work when you're looking at corrections officers, but the ratio does not work when you're looking at troopers.
Yes, that's correct.
And why is that?
Because there's also thinking in labor relations that it's inappropriate to try to push yourself up based on pushing someone else down. And for the troopers to say, we're not making enough above the corrections officers is not an appropriate approach in the view of some labor people.
I don't know that I understand that part. You're saying that it's not appropriate if corrections officers make 90% and the troopers want to make 15% more. It wouldn't be appropriate for them to utilize a ratio that you say has a specific correlation and is evaluated to benefit themselves, not to push the corrections officers down, but to benefit themselves. A lot of people call it leapfrog.
Yes, and I guess no, that's not what leapfrog is. But I think that there are people who do that as unseemly in a way. It's just not done. Maybe it's done in railroads. I've worked in railroads much, but I've not seen it done. I've never seen it done. I don't believe I've ever seen it where a higher paid union would come in and say, we're not paid sufficiently above this lower paid union. I don't believe I've seen that.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
Questions from the panel? If I may redirect, just briefly.
After the panel.
You want to do sure?
Okay.
Dr. McCarthy, the counselor asked you about a comment you made about ability to pay. You testified on behalf of the Pennsylvania State Corrections Officers at the last contract arbitrations, correct?
Yes.
And the Commonwealth made this same exact argument then. We can't pay, correct?
The last time it was the quiet crisis. Before that, it was the purpose.
I apologize. And I guess the theme is the sky is falling on Rome.
It was pretty desperate the last two times if I remember correctly.
Amy, you would agree with me that as you look at the different states that you've examined the salary schedules, that in Pennsylvania's case, the starting salary is fairly consistently below the others. And as you get to the 25th year at the top of the scale, other than New Jersey, it then becomes the highest of those.
Yes, typically that's the case.
And that's whether they just evolved that way or that was the philosophy that evolved between England and the Commonwealth. That has been consistently the case over the last decade.
Except that the overall average has declined compared to the others over the past decade.
Okay, but
The shape of the curve has been the same.
the concept has not changed.
Right.
And even when you see your comparisons with the troopers, you see that Pennsylvania starts at a low percentage relatively to the others and ends up, for the most part, relatively higher than the others as you go.
For the churches as well, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, even with the 0 year, the increases that Pennsylvania has given since 2003, as compared to the exceeds for the most part those states.
Well, except that they've fallen behind, so something hasn't worked that way.
Well, again, it depends on how you view it. You're viewing it as the individual starts his career and then assuming that at the 25th year they exit, over a career they may have fallen behind. When you look at the individual salaries and the steps, in some cases they're behind and in some cases they're ahead. That's what we're talking about.
I'm saying if you take the average of all the 25 years, they've gone further behind the others over the last 10 years than what they were when we started.
Yet the increases that have been given here, I think it's been about 24%, including 2003, compare very favorably with those other states.
Except at the median, they've fallen behind.
You need to answer my question, and then
Well, then no, not really, because it hasn't had the effect of helping them. They've fallen behind where they were in 2003.
as you look at career earnings,
Career, right?
and if I extend someone's career another year, then we look better.
Yes.
And another year, we look better.
Yes.
So if somebody stayed 30 years, it would look better than at 25.
Well, they
Right.
start getting longevity after 27, but after 28, but yes.
But so do the other, and so do the other states. The other states stop sooner than that.
Yeah.
Now, talking about this longevity issue, where the correctional officers were frozen in status quo for 1 year. Whether it was because of a strategy or a mistake, according to the union back in 2004, it was a strategy, according to them now it's a mistake, but we'll let that lie for a second. Collective bargaining is a process, you agree?
Yes.
And choices can be made in collective bargaining, correct?
Yes.
So if it took 1% to correct the longevity issue, and I'm making that up, I'm just making up this number, but if it took 1% and the overall raise were 4%, then theoretically the union could say, well, make it a 3% raise and correct the longevity to 1%.
That's up for the panel to decide that, sure.
No, it could have been done in the past.
All sorts of bargains could have been struck in the past, obviously.
So the union as an institution could have chosen to rearrange dollars that were available in order to do that. True? God bless you. Again,
If the Commonwealth were willing to agree to it and the union wanted to do it, I suppose so, yes.
or they could have done what they did, which is take the maximum raise across the board.
Well, I don't know that that was the maximum raise either. I don't know what went into these deals, really.
Actually, there wasn't any deal that year. What there was a status quo, and then the next year, there was, I believe, the Tina Award. And under the Tina Award, do you recall what the increases were?
Well, there were additional step freezes in a couple of years, but there were across the board increases, and there may have been something with the medical too. I mean, it's all medical, an increase in medical payment for the union would be in effect a pay decrease. So I don't know that it was.
Well, it would be a take-home pay decrease,
Right.
like we were talking about before.
Right.
It doesn't affect the salary.
No, not salary.
Okay.
But it might have, the Commonwealth could have given a larger salary increase because they were taking money back away with their other hand, you know. I mean, and I don't know what happened. So I don't know if that happened or not.
I guess, Mr. D'Angelo was saying was that, hey, parties at firms like bargaining can make certain policy decisions. But in this particular case, that's a new concept for the Commonwealth, isn't it? I thought it was the pattern.
What I am saying is this, and whether it could be a pattern, patterns are fine. They've gotten the advantage of the pattern over these years. But if the pattern were 3-3-3, the union, the association could have said to be neutral and to the Commonwealth, well, give us 2-3-3 and use that other percentage in 1 year to start to correct the longevity. Could.
I It
Sure.
could, and I don't know if they did or didn't, and if the Commonwealth did or didn't agree with it.
I wasn't there, so I don't know. So none of us were.
I was.
You were on the back?
I wasn't here, but I was in every other law enforcement contract that year. And I'm telling you right now, the pattern was the pattern. There can be no deviation.
Well, it still would not change the amount of money available.
That's
You
not
were
the
not
way-
in.
That's not the common, that's not the
Sean,
common-
were you present in the correctional officer?
No.
Okay.
I was representing my clients who didn't take didn't take wage freezes. I was representing my clients who didn't take missed longevity steps. And I was representing my clients who didn't end up with employee premium sharing. That's where I was.
Let's finish up with it.
I'm happy.
Let's finish up with it.
And I need my time limits.
You are aware of the budget crisis that the state faces.
Not in any detail.
You read the paper.
Well, yes, I do. But I tell you, I'm not a resident of Pennsylvania, so I don't get Pennsylvania news as local news.
Okay.
But I do see what's going on generally in all the states and in Pennsylvania, yes.
So if the budget deficit is $2, $3, $4 billion, you would agree with me? That's a heck of a lot.
If it were that much, I would agree with you that it's a heck of a lot.
And when you're talking about a proposed budget of $27 billion, you're approaching that $4 billion, close to 15%.
I really don't follow these numbers in any detail in Pennsylvania. We can do the math, but I can't, if you're trying to get me to say it's a lot or a little, I don't know the numbers and I can't say.
Okay, thank you. Nothing further.
Anything further? Thank you, Don. Further witnesses for the association?
At this point in time, we're going to have a presentation, and Roy Pinto is going to give an introduction to the presentation.
Okay. Off record.
How long do you think this is?
Yeah, 20 to 30 minutes.
All right, let's go back. When you're ready, Mr.
Okay,
Excuse me. We're going to show a video presentation at this point in time, and Roy Pinto will give it just a brief introduction to that.
okay, we requested from the Commonwealth to record a daylight life of some of the COs in PA. That request was denied by the DOC or Commonwealth. We then sent a subpoena request from council. Once again, it was not met by the Commonwealth. So you're going to see a movie in which a lot of COs from other states are used. By being on the board of Corrections USA, I have worked with a lot of these states, and it's amazing because it doesn't matter what state you're in, the uniform may change, but the job's still the same. So the footage you're going to see is a lot of it.
And in the video, there's going
Todd, put that microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In the video, there's going to be some statistics that are given. The Department of Correction website is the source for a lot of those statistics.
Correct.
Okay. And we have the source of the statistics if the panel needs them, is that correct?
Correct.
At this point in time, I would ask that the video be shown